Hey everybody, we are back. This is Rob with All Together. We are on the 5th day of gameplay in a row. We are playing into my teammate on Mario. We're on a team call, just kind of a couple of us watching me, kind of talking through some play lines here. We're just going to play our usual 16 of this matchup, and we'll see how much this has changed, see if more and better disruption is enough to kind of flip this matchup. Little spoiler for this one. We'll put 2 games in this video because I think this is kind of a rough one for Mario. I think this is kind of, we show how high the ceiling of Jarl can be. Let's hop into the gameplay here. Natalie's going first. We're playing the usual 60, and we will see kind of how much these spoilers impact here. Yeah, let's go hop into the game. All right. So they are going first. Interesting hand. I kind of wish I was going first in this hand, but that's okay. She'll send a dagger. We'll block for 3. I'll probably get flicked, and that's okay. I'm debating on between Ominous Horde and Well Grounded, but I just think Well Grounded are a little bit more. Their floor is higher, kind of across more matchups. But if Vetreiði is kind of a top deck, I think we may need to swap. I can discard for value, but I don't think it's a good idea, considering she's got quite a big hand, so not worth it. So we will send the Ancient Earth Oak. We can discard to gain some life. This basically time walks her. She has to fully block this. I think I take this. No, I block with a... Yeah, because I'm like, what do I do? If I get T-Tox here, I get T-Tox. This is early, it happens, right? So I'll just say block with Frozen at F. It's probably better for us to block with Ison. Small misplay, but not the end of the world. And then she will pitch to Chaliceera me. And we have a very interesting play line here, because right now, this hand's kind of medium, but this hand could have a great ceiling. If we were to buggy our arsenal out with Crown of Providence and draw an Earth card, we're open holding them. She's in a rough spot here, so great. And this is the best possible outcome. Getting the fruits, which we can discard for value. So we go fruits, show the Ancient Earth Oak. And then we will say, eat shit and die. I'm not marked here, so she can't do the easy play of Mask of Deceit into Trapdoor and giving me inertia. Wow, this is what Wunderball. I think it's interesting because I think we go CLF, and then we just slam the Ancient Earth Oak, which again kind of time walks her and gives us some threats for the end of the game here, because these games go a little bit past pitch deck usually. She fast stacked a little bit. I think she's on, what, like 60-something cards? We're keeping our CLF around. What a beautiful hand. Just Natty Oakenold, arsenaling one of our best attacks. Fab is a beautiful game sometimes. We're up 14 life. She's got 1 card. She'll lose her CLF. That's okay. She's got IP, so I will Winter's Bites. Not super effective here because she has the Tunic, but Tunic is often just like a card of value in Assassin, so it's not a big deal. And then we send the Ancient Earth Oak, to which she's going to have to block this shit out, or she eats a ton of damage, I recur it, have a powerful endgame threat, and eats a Frostbite. Does she want to be down 20 life and have a Frostbite? I think it's probably better for her just to block this and try to weather the storm. And then we can Arsenal on Mangle and just try to find a Crumble or like another Earth to just like make this a Thunderquake. So really, really gassed to just start this game off. We're just threat after threat after threat. Really showing kind of how much of an impact Ancient Earth Oak has had. We've played it 3 times in a row with some Oak and Olds mixed in. So we're really kind of doing well, and it's really nice because in this matchup, even if it gets blocked out, we can bring it back with Codex. That's not a big deal. We can play it again. Often we'll bring back Felling, but I think this is another valid target, especially if you kind of run out of Earth towards the end of the game. But this is a really nice kind of like, awesome. She has to block with 2 T-Toxes here. So that really makes our life much easier. That's 2-0%. And goodness gracious. Okay, so Reaper's Call's fine. A natty Oak and Old again. We'll do our life here, that's fine. And then play out the Oak and Old. So that's 3 Ancient Earth Oaks and 3 Oak and Olds. So she's down 20 life here, stripping cards. Now we get to Winter's Bite into a dominated Mangle. The Mangle doesn't have really any effects, but it's a lot of damage. It's hard to block. And then we Arsenal the Felling. Like, this is, I think, as smooth as this deck could ever operate. This is perfect hand, perfect hand, perfect hand. Oops, I think she doesn't make a block like that. And now that we have Earth in the yard, we get maybe the perfect hand we can ask for. We get the Rootbound Carapace and the Sprout Strength, so we can pump up our Felling, and then we can pump it up with the Rootbound the extra Decompose. Ultimately, I can't block this out, really, with my armor and the cards I want to keep. So I just say, forget it. I'll take it. I'm up 30 life. What's letting you draw a card? Because her best draw is Codex, and if she Codexes me, I just fridge it and just say, all right, Sprout Strength into Felling. And then we can go Felling for 11. Which is effectively lethal. It's close to it, not quite, but damn. This might be time for her to pop Mask, because I am marked and it can fix the hand. Great time for Inertia Trap, but I don't have another card in hand to get trapped. But this is really showing kind of just like how strong this deck can be. Like if I could draw like this every game, maybe we'd be a calling champion. But this is nuts. Really liking bringing Sprout Strength into the 80 and kind of playing it more consistently. It can be awkward to block with, but if you don't block, it's pretty good. And just pumping up these big attacks that just like force through damage, like Felling isn't that big of a deal. Like, I mean, it's good, but like when I'm pumping up a Felling, you have to block it. Like, just like I'm getting damage through no matter what. You can't just kind of like block me out. Like, I will always end up leaking some damage. Saber coming in here, sure. So I can give Fridge, and then hold on to the sink below. And at worst, I can also well ground it now because I do have it active. So we're making Arachne try to play fair here. Not really getting full value out of the Bark Skin, but blocking 3's, you know, it still blocks well, so. She will to the point, sure. This could have been a really powerful turn, but luckily we have the Stalagmite to stuff it, and then we can use the D-React. And then we just send almost lethal. This asks for Flick Knives or Tunic if she does not have a sink below or shelter. So we take the Black Decks, and then we take the Tunic. Sweet. This hand doesn't really close the game out, but it's still, like, we can block a little bit and then set a CNC or Plow Under, depending on what these things look like. Sure, we can take the 2 damage, get unmarked. I don't want to IP myself, so I sink below, and then the hand converts, so, you know, is what it is. We'll take the damage, I guess. I don't love getting remarked, but I'm up 30. And then, because she kept the arsenal, we can just plow it. Running out of Earth cards, but as long as we keep the Felling, we can set up, we'll be fine. We can kind of manage it from here. Cool, Felling. 1, Sure, I don't think we block this. It's a little awkward, but like if there's other cards we want to block, I'd rather block those. Sure, Scar Tissue is probably like the best play she can have here. Get remarked, take some damage. We'll just Everbloom in life, get back a Winter's Bite, and then just cast the Felling, taking a majority of her hand. And then just look at the graveyard here. We have so many of our premium attacks we've just really been pressuring her with this game with. That's the last T-Tox, so we really can't... We're really not a spot we ever could lose this game. You can go CLF to CNC. This is great. Forces... I mean, like, she's at 1, so she has to block this, but she can't block her D-Reacts, and it really stops her from doing anything effective offensively to me. But the big thing here, I guess the biggest part of this is I want her to Arsenal so we can plow under it and just keep taking tempo and forcing her to block for the rest of the game. Interesting. I don't think I have enough Earth to just do Rootbound Carapace. I think we realize this. So I go back and we just block with Autumn's Touch at Rootbound and then send Felling. We love sending Felling. I guess we'll banish an Oaken because, I don't know, what's the point of having 3 in the yard? Again, take the hand. His hand's kind of sloppy. Can't Ice Age Oak for the end, but we'll just CNC for 6. Maybe it's better if I pitch the CNC and the Ice Age Oak, and then keep the sink below. She is Black Widow. Sure, Kiss of Death is fine. Just do, yeah. I probably should block with the Ice Age Oak instead of the Terror Sunder, and I get your Arsenal of Terror Sunder. But I wanted to go with the funny kill, I think, with the Ice Age Oak. Can't quite do it here. So we'll just play this out to give her a Frostbite. We can't kill her, but it still has some value. And like we're doing fine on fatigue, so I'm not like ruining myself. I'm fine taking my own Arsenal at this point. It's a bad card there. Even if it's Terror Sunder, I think it's fine to plow under it, and if she gets plow undered. Go up to 29 and gain some life. Sick. She will Codex me to the Frostbite, which is fine. We'll get back a Felling. That seems like a pretty good card here. Discard the Mangle. We can pump it with a Sprout, and then block 2 cards and end the game. So I know this deck has a lot of 2 blocks, so just ultimately finding 2 blocks here is awkward, and then wrap the game up. This was an absolute just whooping. This is so much damage, so much pressure. What a game. What a hero. I mean, like, I think this shows it kind of at his peak, like how much disruption, how much damage, how much pressure he can provide. So I think this is where I feel like the hero really is like, all right, this is a hero. This is like A tier, maybe S tier. I don't know. We'll still see how strong everything else in Usurp is, because Viscerai is looking strong and Levi is pretty scary, and I don't know how we'll perform, but we'll see. The hero looks really powerful. I've had a ton of fun with him. Played like 15-20 games or something at this point. My favorite hero, you know, just like this is Guardians hasn't felt this good in like since like Bright Lights maybe. I don't know, but this has been awesome. Had a ton of fun. Thanks for watching. I guess we'll put the second game here because that's a lot closer. So we'll stitch that on here and check it out. All right, everybody, this is game 2. We had a bunch of us on a call just laughing and giggling at this game because this was outrageous. I think we're just talking about the cards you can play. I think Staunch is kind of a bait in this matchup. I don't love to block with it, and it feels like it just gets blown out when I try to set it up. I'm not really looking to fatigue by blocking. I'm looking to just disrupt and pressure the Arachne. So I don't know if Staunch is right. I really like it, though, for like the Olympia matchups, for these Warriors, and for these grindy Guardian games. It feels like it can help you survive those. So we'll just kind of run the usual 60. I'm going first this time. And this is a much closer game. I don't even think I resolve any Oakenholds this game. I don't even know if I see my Oakenholds this game. So this is interesting. We're talking about this, like, do I send 8 Dominate? But I really don't get much of an arsenal. I guess I get Arsenal CLF, which is fine. But I think I ultimately just go, forget it. We will send the CLF and just pass. Because it is kind of a torture device for the Arachne player. So, nice 1-card 1. We will send a 8 Dominated Mangle, and then we can keep CLF around for another turn. Just applying pressure, dealing evasive damage, and keeping disruption up. I think we realize that, hey, CLF's around, I need to go back and block. That happens. We're practicing, we're learning. All right, this hand kind of sucks. We want to block with this. We can't keep CLF around for another turn. What is our arsenal? It's Plowlander. It's poo-poo. But we just block 5, and I know she cannot react, so it's okay. We'll just take her arsenal and deal 2 damage. We love a nice 2-card 2, but it is what it is. I'm thinking about Codex here, because if I can't get all my attack reacts out, I can turn all my attacks out. I can turn Codex off, kind of, because now that she has leave no witness in the yard. But Plowlander goes back, so it's not a big deal. We block Lava Burst always. This card's huge and so impactful. I think I have to take this dagger. I don't know. I think it's just like it's. I don't. You can block this dagger. She has 2 cards in hand still. We're gonna try to plow. I don't know. This feels like it's bait. Take the mark. You kiss of death. What do you do here? I think I take this because I'm like afraid of Detox, and like getting unmarked here is good. And she's gonna want to flick the kiss of death. So if I block this with a card, I won't get flicked with I won't get remarked, which is the big thing. So she goes to Arsenal, we Plowlander it out, and we pressure back. So we basically get our 2-card 9, which is great. Again, she has more cards than us in this matchup, but we'll grind them out. Sweet, this hand works, kind of. We talked a lot about this hand and about like what we can do, because I think it makes sense for us to play Winter's Bite here, taxes, and then it's, do we Sprout Strength or do we pitch it for the recursion value? I think because of the recursion, it's worth it. And it keeps the Sprout Strength in deck. This is just good deck damage. Arachne will want to block this fully. Especially because they pitched a, what's it called? Saber Bloodshed, their hand's pretty good if they're pitching Saber Bloodshed, I feel like. I think we're talking this out in chat here. I think this is important of like how impactful disruption is. Is the recursion? Does the recursion matter too much? Because I think she really liked this hand and like really wanted to keep it. So us like stripping a card and then just pressuring with a frostbite on top of it. She says, you know what, it's worth it. I'm keeping it. Wow. Okay, Felling, my favorite. This is even more earth to put in the graveyard for it. So as long as we don't get disrupted too much, we're okay. I still have the full fridge here, so I'm pretty safe. I've got my boots if I need them. She takes a look at the hand. She says, ah, Felling, neat. So it's Kiss of Death for 7. Trying to think about this because I'm like, okay, if this hits, does she get go again? But I realize that she's Funnel Web, and that doesn't have an on-hit, really. So Black Text is really the only way to get over. And I think it's... I mean, I'm up 10 life here. We're able to get rid of Mark and like not get too hurt by it. And if she Black Texts, I can cover a blow around it. Get to the point, and I'll say that's fine. And then we'll send our 2-card 11 back. Just doing fair math. God, this hero's so sick. Just like, I know the big thing with him forever is like he would brick, you get bad hands, you couldn't pressure back, you couldn't keep tempo, and then being able to cut Boulder Drop or Colors for just one of the best attacks we've seen in God knows how long. I'm so happy, man. This deck rocks, and I think this like fixes a lot of his problems. He feels like solved. He feels like just like a fully fleshed out deck. Whereas I think a lot of times these last couple years here, 7 felt quite amazing. This hand sucks, but I think we talk about this because I go Terrace Under, Winter's Bite, but because she has the Tunic, is it worth doing there? It's still value, but the important thing here is. Because I'm sending the Titan's Fist, she most likely has to give me Hat. Or sending Terrace Under Hat. Titan's Fist with Terrace Under. She most likely has to give me Mask of Deceits. So the Winter's Bite gets a lot better if she has Mask of Deceits. I'm not marked, so there's a good chance that I don't get blown out by Trapdoor. I get nurtured. We go for this. She gets Trapdoor. We talk about it, and she ultimately skips the trap because she thought she need it, but we go back. We have to rewind this a couple times to get it right because I think she blocked in the wrong order, so we got a different version of like a different trigger, like a Tarantula. So we'll skip ahead a bit till like we actually get to play. She goes, she inertia traps me. I lose my Winter's Bite. I go, damn, but is what it is. They got to traverse the Spider-Verse and get their big play. We're looking at CNC, I guess. Block a little bit, CNC. I think it's kind of hard. I don't know. Do we block this out? Like, you could Stalagmite and rebound this, but I think we just kind of eat this. Maybe that's like the wrong thing to do here. She has the extra resource, so it's not a big deal. But Stalagmite. I say it's fine because I can just go root bound and well-rounded. So I say well-rounded. Root bound, cover 6. I importantly forget that if she flicks knives me, I get kind of. If we go back and we figured this out, we talk about this line and we rewind the game. I get flick knives, and I get a little blown out here because it hits my sink below on top of the deck. It's losing Clave, which is good. But that is a life and a card, which is a ton of value. Because I just like want to not be okay. Sure. Now CNC's bad, so we just send this. We still have our fridge. We're marked, which kind of sucks. We're trying to get, oh my god, this is such a blowout getting under strap there. But this hand's good. This hand's really good. Sprout Strength into Felling. Awesome. We know how good this is. She will Codex. Yep. We will grab a Felling and discard an Autumn's Touch, and then we'll block with Armor. Right. So this is +7 plus yeah. And I go, damn, that's a lot of damage. I guess we just block a little bit of armor here to not die. So we'll take damage, lose our mark. Not quite presenting lethal here, but still just keeping her on a 4-card hand instead of a 5, which is much easier to manage. We'll Spinneret into, yep. We can block 8 here. She can T-Tox me. That's fine. I think we were talking about the merits of T-Toxing the Stalagmite or T-Toxing the main cards. I think ultimately she decided, hey, I can get more damage. It's fine. We push through, and then because she wanted a Black Deck Whisper, and then flick it. And here, the root bound saves the day. This is huge. Us being able to block 4 on this, cover the full 9. If she wants to, she can choose to flick the Clave to get this over for more damage. Which will give go again, and then she can Chalice me. Which is fine, because that will unmark me 2. So it's effectively like 4 damage if she chooses to go for the flick. But she would be out of Claves at that point. And that's fine. So she just has the Chalice there, so things look a little more straightforward. We can Oakenold, or not Oakenold, Felling. Again, haven't seen an Oakenold all game, which is like we're in what, turn 9? I think this makes sense. We're talking about, like, do you just fold the hand? We haven't seen an Oakenold. Do you try to just, like, go low and pressure back? What are you bottoming here? I think makes sense. It's like, because I am super low, but I do have a bit of a fridge left. How many D-Reacts do I have left? Having the Stalagmite here can still cost her a lot for the resources of the reactions. We will send out the Felling again. I think she decided that she wanted to bottom a different card, block one card, and try to go to 1. But she'll get her Tunic, so she can get Child Sarah for free. We'll go Saber. Sure. And I guess the card that I was thinking about here was, so let's talk a lot about what we can do here. She's at 1. We have a channel on Ison, which is what I don't know if it's correct. We haven't seen a sigil. I know she's not on sigils, so like that's kind of a scary thing, but we also have just like Felling and Ancient Earth Oak, which are great. With Saber Bloodshed, I think the card we need to think about is, can she instantly mark me, which would be Reaper's Mark, which is what she has in hand, but I'm like worried about T-Tox and dying from T-Tox. Because if I block with, what's it called? Stalagmite, she can still just react to it and then draw. And then get go again. So that's pretty good. So the line we end up going with here is blocking with Stalagmite. I overblock here a little bit. Because I still need to have the gauntlets to pitch. Oops, hold on. Cover. I realize I don't have the gauntlets. Oopsie, my bad. It's team practice. These things happen. We all goof a little. Here, she bumps it up. Cool. And then we go CMI, pitching a nice card, ending the game. But yeah, this was a lot closer. I think we ended up looking here. All my Oakenolds are in the next like 2 hands. We could just, I think how it shakes out is we could like do 3 Oakenolds in a row. So if we kept the life total high, we're good. I think even if we played like the Felling out, we blocked a little more with other cards, we would have been fine. But deck feels great. Mario feels very playable. I think we might even be favored. I don't know if we're favored, but we'll see how they adapt to us. They're a very flexible deck, very powerful deck, but it feels like we have just much more of a fighting chance than we used to. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take care.